What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gregtech New Horizons. Last episode, we made our Tinker's Smeltery and fired up our first coke oven. And this episode will be firing up our first bronze machines. But first, we have a couple quests to complete. I went mining a little bit and found iron, tin, copper, all that good stuff. Got it smelted. So there is our 16 tin ingots for this quest, and I really need the food. So I'm going to take a little bit of food here. Copper, 48 of those, and we have another choice reward. We're going to go ahead and take a foot long for sure. Is this a food quest? We do this. We'll take the banana sapling, and then down here I got lignite coal from our vein that we're kind of building our starter base in. We get more food and iron. Choice reward. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's get one loot bag. You never know. We might get a whole ton of food out of one of these loot bags, or not. We'll get that. That'll work. Okay, so ingot. So here is a bunch of copper and some tin. We're going to need both of those because we have to grind those down in order to make bronze dust. So we need 32 bronze dust, and that means I need a whole ton of these guys, which luckily I have a whole ton of those. So that works out pretty good. We'll just take our copper. I don't know how much it's going to exactly take to make 32, but I know we are going to need a ton of bronze, so you might as well just make it all. So we have copper dust and tin dust, and we get 3 for this. Now it might be, somebody mentioned that we might get 4 if we use Tinkers. I'm not too sure, but at the moment I don't want to use the lava that I have in Tinkers. So we're just going to use this method, plus that's what the quest is calling for at the moment. So anyway, there is bronze dust, and then we should be able to just toss it into a furnace. Bronze dust, that's copper dust, and smelt it into bronze ingots. While our bronze ingots are smelting, we do have a tools quest we can do. So the first tool is a hammer, and I think we need the hammer to make then the wrench. Yeah, so we need the hammer in order to make the wrench. So we can put iron ingots around like this and throw our hammer in there. There is a wrench, and then the rest of the tools, we probably need the wrench and the hammer to make, or not. We do need plates though. If we go into here and put our hammer here, and put 2 like that, and that's how we get our plates. So there is 2 plates, and we need that, and a stick, I think it was. There is a file. Screwdriver is some rods. So to make the rods, I believe it's a file with an ingot. Reverse that. Yeah, so there's the rods. We have our rods, and then the 2 rods, a stick, and then it was 2 different tools. And I forget which one, hammer and the file. And then 2 rods. Where's the 2 rods? Right there. And a stick. Yeah. Screwdriver. Saw. How do we make the saw blade? 2 plates with the hammer and the file. It gives us an iron saw blade. So we can take that and put it with the stick, and that gives us our saw. So there is all our tools that we need. Well, not all of them, but some of them. So there is, we get 2 zucchini bakes. The food is amazing, and now I am still waiting on the bronze to smelt, but we start getting a peek at our first machines here. I do want to make some of these barrels. We really should make some crop sticks. That is a big thing that you want to start as soon as possible. Barrels, crop sticks. What else? The better crafting table. The chests aren't a bad idea. There's some drawers. This thing is pretty amazing. All right. How's our bronze looking at them? Are they done? That's steak. Where did I put the bronze? There's bronze. And how many did we need for the quest? 32. And our first bronze ingots are done. So that should be quest complete. So we can, what do we get? We get stuff and things. And then I went ahead and made some storage barrels. So we'll go ahead and let's just grab 2 more barrels. That'll be fine. Okay, so now we need, let's see. Okay, so it's going to make us make one really big pipe, which we might need for making this thing, I'm guessing. No, we actually don't need it. We need an iron furnace and some bricks. So how do we get bricks? We just make bricks with a water bucket. Unfired clay brick. Okay, so I need to make some normal bricks and then this big old pipe with 6 bronze plates. So that is just basically the same as the iron plates. We put a hammer in there. Actually, the hammer needs to be on top. So there is 6 of those. And then I can't remember how this went. Was it like this? No, that's the small pipe. That's the large bronze pipe. I think that's the one that we need. Hopefully I didn't waste everything. There we go. That quest is done. So choice reward, 2 wood to iron chest upgrades. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, we're going to do that one. For sure. Because we can take these down here. I just emptied out a chest and moved it down to this corner. There's nothing in it. But now, there's the iron chest. There's a regular chest. Much, much better. Storage space is a thing. So, now I need to get everything ready for the bronze boiler. I smelted up enough bricks to go ahead and get us a couple of brick blocks. As we just need 2 to begin with. So there is 2 there. I don't need this water bucket. We'll get rid of all the buckets. Okay, so we have 2 of these. Furnace, we need to make that into a blast furnace. So we take iron plates, put it like this, and I believe it was the wrench in there. There's our blast furnace, and then, 2 brick blocks like this, bronze plates around with the wrench. That gives us a small coal boiler. So that is the first part of it. We actually have to supply this with constant water. So I'm kind of looking up there in the top left. We're still at 100% humidity here. So I think maybe we'll put the bronze machines down this side. Do we still have? Yeah. I don't know how far up I'm going to have to dig is the problem. Quite a ways. So I'm going to have to make a good bit of pipe to get up there. But what we need is probably, it's in the multi-block tab, and actually, let's go into this quest and see what is the reward. We're going to take the pipe. Yeah, we're going to take the pipe. Okay, so we have that. Did it give me the sunglasses? It did. Gave us, whoa, welcome to tier 0.5. All right, we're going to put these on because they're amazing. We should see like what's inside of a chest. There's nothing in there, so like steak. Yeah, now we can see steak. That unlocked a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, we'll put this stuff right down here. We'll say right there. And I need to go up there and dig a hole all the way up there because, let's see, multi-block tab, where is it? We need to make this water tank. We have a rubber tree out there. I'll have to go cut some more down. Then I need to make tree tap. We need sticky resin, all kinds of good stuff. I really wish that I would have found a slime island by now, but I have not seen one. ended up with about 32 rubber tree saplings, and I planted them all. Of course, you can't see them, it's dark, but I planted them all down there just so I can chop them down again. But I did get 22 sticky resin out of just cutting all those down. But we are going to still make the tree tap, so we need some pipes and screws. So pipes we kind of went through already, but the wood ones are a little different just because it takes planks instead of plates. I did see, like, if we put the log in there, we get 2. If we put a saw in there, we get 4. Okay, so if we go like this and put planks here, yeah, that gives us a soft mallet. Okay. So then we can put these there. Okay, so there is the small ones. And then I know we need the large wooden fluid pipe. And then the regular ones is something to that effect. Let's flip this around. There's the medium wooden fluid pipe. So we have that. Now, how do we make the screw? We already have sticks. So if we put the stick here, and then we take a saw and cut the stick in half, that gives us short wood sticks. And this is the same with like metal screws. Put the file up there, the short wood sticks, like this, and that gives us a screw. Okay, so then we put the screw up there. It was a couple of wooden ones, a large one, and I put that all in there for nothing because I forget what tools it is. And there's the tree taps. So we'll grab this, and I guess grab our tools. Oh, hi, Mr. Zombie that's waiting at the door. You're not going to let me sleep. I was going to go out there and use the tree trap on a tree. Oh well. Okay, so we have tree tap, rubber tree saplings. I still need the sticky resin, iron rods. I don't know if I have enough iron for that. 45. No, I'm going to have to go mine some more iron. But basically, we're going to take all these iron ingots, plus more, put the file in there, and get our iron rods. There's 45. We still need a few. One thing I forgot to do, and really I need to move a lot of this stuff down here into our basement. But this chest here, if we put all our tools in here, we don't want that. We're going to keep the saw for a second. If we take the saw and cut this crafting table in half, basically, it gives us the Tinker's crafting station. We could put that there, and it should hold its inventory. Yeah, so that one holds the inventory. So when we pop out of it, it's not a big deal. Plus, when we have chests next to it, there is the inventory that we can get into that way. So that's pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and upgrade these tools. So I put some bronze in there. We'll pull, ooh, that's not bronze. I didn't want that one. We'll put that back in there. We need the bronze on the bottom. Okay, we'll pour that out. We'll upgrade our shovel and pickaxe. We'll throw that in there. More bronze. So this pickaxe, I went ahead and, well, I mined enough of it to where the mining level increased on it to 10. So we'll do the same thing with the bronze one. I'm not too sure what the mining level will be, but we can put that up there. I guess we're going to have to repair this. Do I have, there we go. How about the shovel? Where'd the shovel go? Okay, so those are both fully repaired. Now we can put them in there. And shovel head, mining level redstone is where it starts out. And this one starts out at 10, so I guess the mining level that it'll gain will be redstone. So that'll be pretty cool. And it is the next day in real life. I have done a little bit of building with the very, very limited blocks we have. I'm just trying to make things look a little bit better. I did run a normal wooden fluid pipe up way up there. That's where our tank's going to go. It needs to at least have one block can see the sky. So, and I guess I could have put it way down here and it would have made getting buckets of water easier. But I think maybe I could put a separate tank down here in the bottom. So anyway, we'll go up here, throw this tank up there so it can start collecting water. If I can find the giant hole that I dug. And let's put this thing in here. So this is a hollow structure again. So we'll just throw this all the way around 3 by 3 by 3. This, and then what do I need? 2 more blocks. Okay, so it is already collecting water. It's going pretty quick because we are at 100% humidity, and it does fill up even faster when we have rain. You know what? I left my wrench all the way down there, but I don't know. Can I? No, I need the wrench for that too. Crap. And I laddered all the way back up here. Okay, so we should be able to, in this little box here, right click, and that connects the pipe. And then to make it a little nicer and less laggy, if you shift right click on this side to where the arrow is going that way, the fluid won't be kind of sloshing back and forth in the pipe. So we want to make sure that we do that as often as we possibly can. And we'll just do this all the way down the pipe. It's probably a good thing that I ran the ladder all the way up here. So if we have to, I could put a little room up there just to get buckets of water before we have any kind of tank down in the bottom. And now that we have the wooden pipe down here, we should load this thing from the bottom. It won't output steam from the bottom, only the sides. So since we're using a wooden pipe, if steam were to, for some reason, come into the wooden pipe, it would catch it all on fire, and we don't really want that. So we're gonna run this pipe down through here. I plan on having a couple more boilers over here. So that's a thing. We need to connect all these up. Connect you. There we go. Okay, make sure our arrows are pointing down. We're gonna go this way. Okay. And then down here, we'll have to hook it into the bottom of the boiler. So we're getting water into that. So up into there, and we should be good. Okay, yeah, we're getting water. So I think we're supposed to vent this thing. I thought before they had vents, but it doesn't seem. We'll just try it. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. So we're gonna put some coal in there. There's charcoal, and then, yeah, this will heat up. We have our water in here. It's building up water. This should keep up, and then it should start building up steam here. Eventually, we'll bring the steam out of these into a giant Railcraft steam tank, and then pull it back out of that tank and run it through the machines. But for right now, we're just going to use the steam directly from the boiler. And we'll go ahead and run our bronze pipes over here. These will get hot once there's steam in them. Oh, look, we're making steam. We're making steam. That's amazing. So, like, if I were to stand on top of it, it would not be good. Yeah, see? Not good. So don't stand on top of the steam pipes. And if we shift right-click on those, they'll just connect automatically. So we don't have to use the wrench all the time. So we're good there. And then, like usual, we want to make sure that we get our little arrows going on here, and that's good. Okay, so now we need to, well, okay, so that's the boiler quest. We want, oh, we get all of those. That's pretty amazing. Steam alternatives, yeah, we'll take the sandwich. Hoppers, we did borrow those from a village, so we have that. And let's see, quest lines. I thought we had something else done. Maybe, yeah, here it is. Okay, so that's for the hopper. We'll take that. And then this whole thing, the water tank, will claim those. And we are flinging stuff all over the floor. Let me get this picked up. I did wait for it to fill up, and it vents, so we're good there. We don't have to worry about it blowing up. But we do have some loot bags. Can we? No. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, we got iron ore and chocolate milkshake. That's okay. Rough. Oh, this is the stuff that we run faster on. That's pretty amazing. And then carrots. So I did end up making a seared tank. I put the seared tank down here and just piped water into the top of it, and that seems to work pretty awesome for what I needed it. Because this next recipe, we needed water to make bricks already. And we should be good if we take the bricks and put them across here. And then I had to make another hammer too. So my last one broke. But there is a bricked bronze hull. And we'll put the bricks over here because we're going to need them. And then this goes here. That gives us a steam alloy smelter. So when it comes to making bronze, if you use the dust, so you grind the 3 copper and 1 tin into dust, and then you smelt that dust, it's a, what is it, 4 ingots to 3 is what you get out of it. If you put 3 copper and 1 tin in here, you end up getting 4 ingots of bronze rather than 3. And then I'm pretty sure back in the alloy smelter that we just made, shift right click on there so the pipe attaches, and don't burn yourself. Copper ingots, tin ingots. Oh look, this is new. That's pretty awesome. That was not there the last time I played. That's cool. So this should give us 4 bronze ingots. So we wouldn't have to use the smeltery. I don't have a ton of lava, so oh no. Oh, okay. Cannot vent steam. Okay, this machine we need to vent. So where's the wrench? I don't believe we lost. There it goes. Okay, and we got four bronze ingots. So that is pretty amazing. This should reset itself, but a lot of times I don't like waiting on it. So we'll just break it with a wrench, pop it back on there, and we're good to go. Well, we need to make sure it's vented. For the next quest, we need red alloy ingots. So to make this, we have to combine it, I believe, with copper. Yeah, copper and redstone. And in order to get redstone, we have to actually grind that down and then wash it in a little cauldron thing, which we may have taken from a village. I'm not too sure, but I went all the way down here and found us some redstone. So we are good to go. Earlier, when I was looking for tin, I saw some redstone small ores way up there. So I just came down here and sure enough, we have a redstone vein. So that is pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and mine a whole bunch of this. So I got a little bit of redstone before my pick broke, but we have some crushed redstone ore, some just piles of redstone dust, and I think I got these from small redstone deposits. And then this is just from the normal ore. But we are going to need a cauldron. I checked, we did not grab one from a village. And then because we don't have a macerator or a hammerer, we can put this in here and that will give us 5 per of these crushed. So then we'll take this out because I don't really know how much we're going to need. I'd much rather have the hammer machine. But we'll do that. There is a bunch of dust. Okay. That went through that hammer pretty quick. So then we can put the cauldron, and my pickaxe is not repaired. Let's put this, we'll just put it here, I think. We can put the cauldron there, grab a bucket, and throw the water in, and then we take the impure dust and toss it in the cauldron, and that cleans it off for us. So now we have redstone dust. And then we're going to need copper to go with it, and we'll throw this into the alloy smelter. Now, because we're using this tiny little pipe and we do not have much of a buffer, and I need to get this thing going again, we might only be able to do this one time. Let's throw the copper in and redstone, and it'll grab what it needs to run the recipe once. Yeah, so there's 1 red alloy. It didn't drain it too bad, though. So we put this in here. Let's watch and see how quick this goes down. Yeah, so we can only run it a couple times. This has to heat back up again. Another thing you want to make sure you don't do is... Oh man, yeah, we should be good. If you were to put coal in here without water and then you add water to it, that is definitely an explosion. This quest, I need 14, so 10 more ingots. So I'm gonna have to wait, wait for this steam to build back up. And we got our 14 red alloy ingots finally. We get another. What do I want? Let's go with the Steam Age loot bag. I like loot bags. Alright, we're gonna look into this. So this, I got pretty much all this ready. We need to make wire cutters. So over here, there is an iron screw, screwdriver, file, and hammer. So file up there, hammer, screwdriver, there's a pair of wire cutters. That is done now too. Let's go ahead and open this loot bag. I have 2 of the stone loot bags somewhere. Where are they at? There's 2 here, but there is a quest. Once we get 1 more stone, we can combine those and get the steam stuff. Tin ore and mineral sand. I don't know if it's worth upgrading some of these bags. I haven't really gotten anything good yet. Okay, so we got the wire cutters, iron screw loot bag. We'll do another loot bag, sure. And there's a full inventory. And here's a new one. I'm trying to make a piston. So to make a piston, we need a couple of gears. And to get gears, we need the rods, plates, cutters, and hammer. That'll give us small iron gears. We also need carpenter's blocks. So there's a few different recipes for the carpenter's blocks. Each one gives us a little bit different. It's just because of the screw. So this one, it requires wood screws. This is iron. This is steel screw, and so on and so forth. We are going to use the iron screw one. So we need 2 of the iron screws and a whole crap ton of these. Of course, I think we should only need 6 right now. We'll take these, this, and what was it, a wrench in the middle? No, it's a screwdriver because there's screws in there. That makes sense. Okay, there's 8 of those. And there is our piston. So we have that. Did that complete a quest? There it is. The hell is that? And the compressor, we just need a bronze hull, so a bunch of bronze. Bronze hull goes in the center, and then we need some more small bronze fluid pipe, and that gives us our steam compressor. I did look into the tool forge, and we still have a little ways to go. We need steel, which you can loot steel, but I have not found any steel. So we need obsidianite. That used to be alamite, but... So we need obsidian, steel, and zinc. We just need to get our pickaxe to where it can mine obsidian. I need to make steel, and we have plenty of zinc. So I was looking at that. So we completed this one, claim all we get is coins. And then I was looking at the macerator a little bit, and it requires diamonds. I have found 1 diamond, so I need to go see if I can find that diamond area again. I'm hoping there's a vein there, but I do have quite a bit of mining to do. I'm pretty low on copper, iron, all the good stuff, redstone. In order to get steel, we need this multi-block. So the brick blast furnace, I need to go collect a whole bunch of clay. I thought there was more to it than that. Maybe not. There's furnace, blast furnace. Okay, there it is. So I need a ton of calcite, clay dust, stone dust, quartz sand. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. Brick dust. So I need to find all this stuff. Gypsum dust is another thing I need to find. So I'm going to work on that in between episodes. So hopefully we can come back next episode and basically throw it all together and have steel. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.